Hi, everybody. It is late summer here in the Midwest, which means summer flu season. So any sniffles, coughs, sneezes, or the like you hear in the background are those I wasn't able to edit out for reasons. As it stands, both my son and I were in the room when I was recording this. I think I got most of them, but if I didn't, that's why, and I apologize for that. Anyhow, thanks for stopping by. My name's FM18, and you're watching the Dafuge Challenge, episode 105, with Enfield Town FC. For the first time in a long time, we are dealing with some pretty serious injuries to some first-team players. Ahmed Al-Jahani went out with sprained knee ligaments 5 weeks ago. He's going to be back here in a little while. The big one, at least to me, is Robert Wendell, my young midfielder. 19 years old, 3-star current ability, 5-star potential ability, damaged his cruciate ligaments, out 4 to 7 months. And he did this 3 weeks ago. Maybe a little bit longer. I knew our first season in the Premiership was going to be tough. It's proven annoying. And by that, I mean we're close. We're so close sometimes. And then the other team just steps up and does something brilliant, and we lose. As a result of injuries and the fact that I do need to improve the team. We've gone out and we've made a couple of signings in the free agent market, a couple of which are going to be very, very familiar. First in, Jordan Pickford. 35 years old now, 3-star current ability, 3-star potential ability. That makes him the best keeper on the team by not a large margin, but by a big margin. Long-time Everton goalkeeper. Was let go after last season after a pretty horrible performance, 62 goals in 36 games for a 6.55. Long-time England international. Brought him in, immediately started having him tutor Christoph. He's still got the goalkeeping skills. His mental skills are still pretty good. His physical skills have fallen off, but you know, as long as he stands between the sticks and doesn't go beyond the 18-yard box, I'm happy with that. And I really think, because I've added him the past few games, he's one of the big reasons we didn't get blown out against Newcastle. Next in, James Ward-Prowse. 35 years old now. Comes in as a deep-playing playmaker on the midfield. His physicals are nowhere near as good as they used to be. His mentals and technicals, though, are still fabulous. 4-star current ability, 4-star potential ability. Long-time Southampton player, went to Chelsea 4 years ago for £32 million, and they released him on a free. I needed quality, and those were the best free agent pickups I could find that were English. I wouldn't mind if they were foreign players. I have the spots for them on the team, and that's even after signing Juanjo Martin, a 24-year-old Spaniard attacking midfielder who can also play midfield and striker. 3-star current ability, 3.5-star potential ability, 24 years old. Okay physicals, good mentals. I like the decision making. The thing, at least I like about him, is that he doesn't have any really bad stats other than his marking of 5. Comes in as depth more than anything else, but capable of playing 3 of the center mid positions. That's one of the big reasons I signed him. Signing Pickford and Ward-Prowse did put me in a bit of a financial bind when I realized I was about $60,000 over my salary budget, and then I realized I still have a decent amount of transfer budget left, so it was real easy to switch that. Come the January transfer window, if I can add 1 or 2 more players of quality, I'm going to do that. I do know there's going to be a couple of players going out. So after the Rotherham game, we were away at West Ham. I'm going to say this. We might go down this year, but we're not going down without a fight. Gibson had a 25th minute goal for West Ham. Kremer equalized 5 minutes later, and then Rafael Casanova had a 56th minute goal. This was the game 1-1 out injured in. We had 19 shots, 9 on target. They had 10 shots, 3 on target. We had a slight possession advantage. We had our chances. We just could not make the most of them. The team is performing really unevenly at the moment. And, I'll have 2 good defenders and 2 defenders who are just average, 2 good midfielders and 2 defenders who are just average. And my strikers up top, one of them will have a good game, and one of them will be sub 6-7. It's really interesting because almost everybody on this team, at least 70% of the starting 11, has been together at least 2 years. After West Ham, we were away at Leicester, who were a bottom-of-the-table team like us, and they absolutely thumped us. But, again, we had our chances. 18 shots, 4 on target, 52% possession. Leicester had 14 and 6. Goals by Layrock, Yusuf, Dalmonte, and Track, all in the first half, were all they needed. Hank Kremer had a 23rd-minute goal. Hammond had an absolute horrible game this game. Jurassic also had a horrible game. I'm having problems finding a starting 11 that works. After Leicester, we were home against Everton, who at the time were the 7th team in the Premiership. And this was a game we were thoroughly capable of winning. Even though Everton had 24 shots, 7 on target, and a possession advantage, the last 5 minutes of the game, we had 3 shots, 3 on target. One of them bounced off the woodwork. Diaz had a brace of goals in the 7th and 45th minutes. Rivero had an 18th-minute goal. Ferrero had a goal for Everton, and Casagrande had a brace of goals in the 31st and 57th minute. They had to claw back the draw, and they did. I can't blame them for that. This was a hard-fought tie, and the point was most welcome. Then we were up against Newcastle, who is a good team. They're 6th in the Premier League. They have one of my favorite players in Borja Mayoral. And we lost 1-0 to a Mick Miller 51st-minute goal. We just couldn't put anything together this game. Again, everybody was average or a little bit above average, while their players were just really, really good. They had 14 shots, 8 on target. We had 7 shots, 2 on target. Surprised they didn't score more. They could have. I suspect all these teams could have scored more. It's going to be interesting, especially today as we play Chelsea, who are currently 4th in the league. Well, we sit in 19th with 5 points. 9 games, 5 played, 4 under the Kev ratio. I'm not expecting much from the Chelsea game. I'd love a tie. I'd love not to get blown out. And, the kicker is, we've scored 10 goals, which is 14th highest in the Premier League. Our defense is letting us down again. We're 18th, or we're 17th in the Premier League there. If we can tighten up the defense, I think we'll be doing it. But I'm going to set the best 11, and we will come back with the Chelsea game in just a bit. Chelsea still has a few players with photos on their team. Now, they're playing a 4-2-3-1 with Cesar in goal, Heinrichs, Diaz, Feller, and Marquinhos as the defensive back four, Ednaldo and Arthur as the midfielders, Molnar, Bernardo Silva, and Mercic as the attacking midfielders behind Cabrera, who's up top as the goal striker. We are playing our 4-3-1-2 with Pickford in goal, Jurassic, Durante, Christoph, and Arnaud as the defensive back four, James Ward-Prowse, Coe, and Diaz as the midfielders, Garmendia as the attacking midfielder behind Kremer and Camillo. Kremer to Coe, passes it up into space, but Cesar kicks it down to Cabrera, challenged by Durante. Back to Pickford, Christoph, up to Diaz, over to Arnaud, back to Christoph, back to Pickford, into the crowd. Arthur's there. Bernardo sends it up to Cabrera, who's crossing it to Mercic, and they score. There's been quite a lot of goals like that. Oh, was disallowed? He was offsides. Nice. We've had some chances, but it's obvious this is not a Premier League team. There's going to be some players moving on, including some team leaders that could cause some issues. Bernardo with a shot wide in the locker room. The good news is there are some deals out there, some quality players for £2-3 million. It's going to be a while before we're spending 25, 30, 40, 50 million pounds on a player if we need to. Mersic across the field to Molnar. Pickford almost knocks it out of bounds, but Jurassic finally clobbers it out of bounds. Arthur to Bernardo. Centers it to Ednaldo. Across the field to Heinrichs. To Molnar. Into Mersic, and they score. A lot of back post goals like that. Ednaldo. Molnar. It looks like a decent crowd traveled to Chelsea. It's nice. Kickoff highlight. This could be interesting. Christoph to Arnaud. Passes it up into space. Camilo runs it down, crosses it in. Kramer's there off the crossbar. We've had a lot of those too. We've had more woodwork hits this season than I want to say we've had the past couple seasons. And we're only 8 games in, it seems. 9 games in, rather. Durante to Jurassic. Passes up into space. Can Kramer get there? He can. And his shot is wide right. A lot of stuff like that too. Players taking first chance shots. My son has a cold. That's who you hear sneezing in the background. Molnar up to Cabrera, to Mersic. Back to Cabrera. Too many blue jerseys in the area. And Bernardo with a nice long shot. Bernardo Silva still playing after all these years. Well, James Ward-Prowse and Pickford are playing as well. I shouldn't be too surprised. Nice try by Pickford. Bernardo with a free kick to Cabrera, and he scores from distance. Oh, boy. Okay. Pickford with the goal kick. Out to Marquinhos, who knocks it down. Jurassic has it to Ward-Prowse. Back to Jurassic. To Coe, who tapped it up into space, but Garmendia stopped running, but he intercepts the pass. Now Kramer has it. Cross it. Oh, knocked down. Arnaud. Into the crowd to Garmendia to Coe, and his shot is high. Well, we've had our chances. They just haven't been great chances. Chelsea's had 8 shots, 6 on target. We've had 5 and 1. You know, they're fighting. I'll give them that. Camilo's not a 100% match fit. He's just coming back from that injury, so Rivera's going to come on to replace him at the half. Arnaud's not having the best game either, and on a yellow, I'm not going to replace him now. We're going to do the pep talk here. 99 times out of 100, I found if you have a player with a yellow card in an individual pep talk, if you go to calm and say you need to calm down to avoid getting another yellow card, they don't get another yellow card. Except the one time you really need them not to get a yellow card, and then they get a yellow card. Oh, penalty kick for them. Arthur out to Bernardo, to Heinrichs, to Feller, to Bernardo with the top, and they add a 4th right after the half. Ward-Prowse the corner kick in, and Kramer with the goal. Knocked down by Rivera, right to Kramer, who scored. I wanted to make a couple subs, too. Hammond is going to come on for Arnaud. Venturi is going to come on for Christoph. Ward-Prowse is not having the best game, but I'm going to keep him on the field. He's doing okay condition-wise. I usually only give him about 60, 75 minutes. Kramer, dispossessed by Feller. Up to Cabrera, over to Bernardo, to Arthur, back to Cabrera. Sends it up into space. Navarro's there. He's going to cross it into Mohair, who's going to score. Mohair. Molnar, good grief. Rivero to Garmendia, to Kramer. Back to Garmendia, to Rivero. Takes the shot, but Cesar saves it, goes out of bounds. Coming up on 75 minutes. Now, last chance for a goal here. Ward-Prowse to Co, to Diaz, up to Garmendia, to Rivero. He literally just got a stub toe, though I'm not worried about that injury. Into space, Garmendia with a score. Very nice. Can we get one more before the game ends? Honestly, I'm not upset about this result. Chelsea's a top 6 Premier League team. Their players are not leaps and bounds better than us, but they're better than us. And the fact that we've had the chances we've had is heartening. 13 shots, 5 on target against Chelsea. That's a good game for anybody. Well, we're playing West Brom next, and they're currently 16th. So this is a good opportunity for us to get points. 3,000 away fans at Chelsea. That's not bad. So I'm going to get us to the West Brom game, and we will be back with that in just a bit. Well, today we are hosting West Brom. We are playing our 4-3-3 with Ward in goal, Jurassic, Durante, Venturi, and Arnaud as the defensive back 4, Ward-Prowse, Co, and Diaz as the midfield 3, Kramer, Al-Jahani, and Camillo up top as the strikers. West Brom is playing a 4-2-3-1 with Elton in goal, Stevenson, Brendo, Pellegrino, and Gumney as the defensive back 4, Nakuno and Mendes as the midfielders, Rashford, Haksabanovic, and Nelson as the attacking midfielders. Got that on the first try. All right. And Pace as the striker up top. Ward is starting today because he came to me and essentially pitched a fit about not starting. Lentil came to me and pitched a fit about not getting a new contract. To be fair, he's one of the guys I was looking at moving in January. They're both team leaders. As you can see, the team is not exactly in the best of minds at the moment. And upsetting either one of those two could be bad. Okay, for the rest of the game, his name is Hawk. Now, we are better than them from a conditioning point of view. Hopefully we can put that to use. Mendes to Hawk, knocked away by Ward-Prowse. Camillo to Al-Jahani, who's back from injury, back to Camillo, to Ward-Prowse, back out to Camillo, to Kramer, and he skies it. Nelson with a corner kick in, knocked away by Diaz. Nelson runs it down, sends it back in again. Back post, Pellegrino. Damn and blast. Oh, he was offsides. Okay, nice. Stevenson to Rashford. To Nakuno, knocked away by Co. Up to Al-Jahani. His pass is intercepted by Mendes. Rashford has the ball now to Stevenson. Back out to Rashford. To Hawk. And looks like Pace scored? Yep, Pace scores. Arnaud, up to Camillo. To Diaz. To Co. To Ward-Prowse. He's going the opposite way. Out to Arnaud, all alone on the right. Long pass up to Camillo into space. Cross it. Kramer, and he is over the net again. Gumney, out to Nelson. To Pace. Across the field to Rashford. Up into space. Nakunu's going to run it down to Pace, and he scores again. Because Venturi stopped running. Is it Venturi or is that Durante? Coming up on a half hour. We should be doing better than this. Mendez off the throw-in. To Nakunu. Up to pace. Ward with a nice block. Nelson with a penalty kick from outside the box. And Rashford puts it away. Ward-Prowse to Kremer. Centers in. Camilo is there off the bar. Arnaud to Coe to Ward-Prowse to Diaz. Up to Camilo. Back out to Arnaud. And the highlight ends. Why would you do that? Al-Jahani to Camilo, who loses the ball. Brendo sends it up to Rashford. Challenged by Diaz. Now Al-Jahani has it to Kremer. And his shot is in. We get one back. Very nice. He's definitely been our best striker this season so far. Nice takeaway by Diaz. Oh, Pace got injured. Should be happy about that, but I kind of am. 15 minutes in, no highlights. We can get Ward-Prowse off just simply to save his legs. We're going to get Arnaud off because or Jurassic off rather with the yellow. Diaz tried passing to Al-Jahani, but it was too hard. And Arnaud picked up a yellow. Arnaud to Diaz, to Venturi, back to Arnaud to Coe, up to Diaz, to Garmendia, long pass to Kremer, knocked away, Coe challenged, but Moroni has it, out to Kovalev, to Moroni, up to Gomez, to Nakunu, nice save by Ward, Nakunu got the rebound and put it away. This is what's annoying me. We've had 11 shots, 5 on target, and a slight possession advantage. West Brom's had 12 and 8, and they're ahead by 3 goals. 17 fouls is also bothersome. Blivet. That's all I had to say about that. We're going to come back for Burnley and Stoke. And try and figure out a way to, if not right the ship, at least stop the bleeding. Good grief. It was a very winnable game when we lost by 3. Well, this season is turning into a harder grind than I expected. And it's starting to wear a little bit, I'll be honest with you. I'm hoping that the additions of Ward-Prowse and Pickford will help at least solidify things. As it stands, no matter what Ward says, Pickford's going to be getting more starts here in the near future, probably for the rest of the season. I'd rather lose a lot of games close than lose a lot of games big, and possibly eke out a few draws as well. January transfer window is coming up. We will be making a couple moves then. Hopefully bring in some quality players to at least fight against relegation. Until then, we're gonna keep fighting. We're gonna earn our victories, and we're gonna make the other teams work for theirs. If you liked what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave those down below. I'll answer them as fast as I can. My name's FM18. I thank you for watching.